Divine Connection Marketing is a 500 Fortune company that can always connect you to the right connection. Check them out.
Businesses all across the planet are looking to make connections with people. Well, guess what? Divine Connections magazine is helping businesses not only walk in their purpose and passion, but to get connected to their potential. That's right. You've got to connect to your potential, and you can make it happen now because it is time to know your worth. As you get connected to people all across the planet, Divine Connections magazine will make it happen. And get featured in the magazine today and get your copy now, because there's no other time than a divine time to get connected to Divine Connections magazine.
Well, great day, everyone, and welcome to Divine Connection Show. I am your host, Deloris Williams. I'm so excited that you are here, so make sure you stay tuned. We have great news in store for you. But first, we're going to go to our sponsors and see what they have available for us. Hold tight.
Did you know there's $850 billion available in grants to help your business or nonprofit? Have you applied? Let Imperial Management Group give you a fighting chance in this highly competitive market. IMG specializes in developing award-winning proposals and obtaining grants from government, foundations, and corporations. We can even help you get funding for COVID relief. Could you use $50,000 in free funding? Go to our website and book a consultation right now. We know where the money is.
Well, great day. Welcome back, everyone. I am Deloris Williams, your host for the Divine Connection Show. Divine Connection is a magazine that comes out quarterly in print as well as online. We are faith-based and inspirational. We connect with different businesses, entrepreneurs, gospel artists, praise dance, moms, vendors, authors, pastors, anyone that's doing something great in the community. And we would love for you to connect with us as well. I would love for you to be in our next issue of Divine Connections magazine if you have an awesome business or organization that's doing some great things. So if you want more information, go ahead and text 336-338-8903 or email us at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com. We also host 2 annual events a year, one at the end of March, which is my anniversary. This is our 12th year. We celebrated women and in the March. So we had women speakers, we had praise dance, moms, vendors, and we network and worship together, and it was phenomenal. And so the next year, for March 2023, we're going to be celebrating men. So I'm definitely excited about that. So make sure you stay tuned. But this coming up event is going to be October 15th, Saturday at 11:30 a.m. at the Mebane Arts Center. We're going to have praise dance groups, mimes, vendors, and youth vendors. And I would love to see you there. So if you are in the area, or if you know Carolina, make sure you come out and support the vendors as well as various ministries as well. And just to attend, it's only $5. So if you would like to attend, go to our bit.ly/Deloris October 15th and get your tickets. Tickets again are only $5. And if you're unable to come, you can send in a donation. That will be great. And it's called the Bring It event. They are bringing it for various different areas. Praise dance group, mom, vendors, churches. We are coming from everywhere. So I'm excited about that. Also, we do interviews between the hours of 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. every Wednesday. And so when we do them on a Wednesday, we bring to the community who people are and what they do, so you can connect with them and find out exactly what resources they have available just for you. So definitely stay connected that way as well. We also have some great things coming up. Divine Connection app is on the way. So definitely make sure you stay connected, okay? Because we are looking for 100 ambassadors. You have to be kingdom minded. You have to have character and integrity, a good service product, or a service or a resource. And we are going to be on everyone's phone, and we're going to be the highlight, and we're going to bring the kingdom culture of love and sharing and connections and networking and making it happen. So I'm grateful for that as well. All right. So definitely make sure you stay connected to Divine Connections, as there's great things that's going on. Next, if you want to stay connected to Divine Connections, subscribe to our email list. Go to our website. It's on our homepage at divineconnectionsmagazine.com for updates and news. All right. And we're also on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. We're also on Instagram at Divine Connections. And then we're also on YouTube at The Divine Connections. All right. So those are the ways that you can stay connected with what is going on with Divine Connections. If you have not done so already, go ahead and get your copy of the magazine. We got a new one that's getting ready to come out. So just go to the website at divineconnectionsmagazine.com/subscriptions and make sure you get a hard copy, or you can even get a digital copy. And if you get a hard copy, you can choose the quantity of the number of magazines you would like. There are $12 each. And we would love for you to spread the good news about different resources and connections that are going to be in that magazine. We have a lot of great people that's doing phenomenal things. We want you to stay connected. Listen, if you want to be a sponsor for the show, before and after the show, we have 30-second spots. If you already have a 30-second commercial that we would love for you to be a part of, it runs for 3 months, and we'll show it before or after the interview. And so when that is up and running, we would love for you to connect your business or your ministry so people can know who you are and what you do, and they would love to connect with you. So if you would like to be a sponsor on Divine Connection Show, it's only $150 and it covers for 3 months. And that will be played before or after the interviews on Wednesdays. Also, now if you need a 30-second, 60-second commercial for your business, we create those as well. And we customize them for your business, your ministry, your book, your gospel group, or your event. So if you need a 30-second or 60-second commercial done, we would love to connect with you as well. Now, I am grateful for the opportunity to have my book, what is The Key Connector. This is my second book of how to build an empire helping people. So I talk about the accomplishments with the help of the Lord that I have accomplished, as well as build Divine Connections as this network, having faith in God and faith in myself to move forward and put some things in action. So if you want to know some nuggets and know how I do what I do, make sure you get the book with The Key Connector, How to Build an Empire Helping People. We also have an awesome journal, and you can journal with us. It is called Making It Happen, and you are a divine connection because you are. So we're grateful for the opportunity to write the vision, make it plain, execute, and then celebrate. That is what we do. So the journal is called Make It Happen. You are a divine connection. We also have our store is now open. You can go and buy Divine Connection products. We have t-shirts, we have hoodies, we have jackets, we have hats, we have socks, we have duffel bags as well, all on our store. All right. So just go to bit.ly/Divine Connection Store and go shopping. So we're definitely excited about that. And also we have one, if you guys remember a couple of months ago, we were voting and you guys voted for me, and I won the Rhythm of Gospel Print Press Media of the Year in Jacksonville, Florida. So congrats to everyone who were able to vote And this is a celebration for all of us. So thank you for your continued support as well. And last but not least, remember the event that's coming up is Saturday, October the 15th. That's going to be at Mebane Art Center. It's the Bring It event. We're going to have praise dance groups, mimes, vendors, and youth vendors. I'll look to see you there. Tickets are only $5. It starts at 11:30, so I hope to see you there. Awesome. So that is the Divine Connection news, and we have even greater news today because we have a special guest. With the Sisters for Sisters Network is here, Miss Peggy Morris. So we're gonna bring our special guest on in. Great day. How are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
Doing good. So glad to have you on the show today.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was sitting back listening and I'm like, woo, you have a lot going on and I love it.
Yes. It keeps me going, but I'm grateful for it. And I thank God for any and every accomplishment that I have done and given us this platform to share it with others. I love that.
I love it too. And this is what it's all about. I believe that you will agree it's our purpose.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's our purpose.
For sure. Well, awesome. Well, I am glad to have you here. So let's get into what Miss Peggy Morris have going on. So tell us a little bit about yourself first and where you're from.
Oh boy. I'm originally from Baltimore. I grew up right down the street from Johns Hopkins Hospital, if you're familiar with the hospital,
Hmm.
with five wonderful and amazing sisters and one brother.
Okay.
Um, what else can I tell you? I attended Morgan State University,
Hmm.
majored in sociology. Um, I'm currently retired from
Okay.
work. So I'm at a point in my life where I can do what I love to do.
I know that's
Okay.
right.
I love it. And what else can I tell you? I have one son
Okay.
who has a son,
Okay.
and just proud of all that he's doing at the moment. Um, I formed a women's organization back in 2002,
Mm-hmm.
and it changed my life.
Mm.
Growing up with five sisters, I truly didn't realize the power we had as women,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
okay, until after beating up on my brother. And I
Understood.
think we realized that we were in charge.
That's right.
um, what else would you like? I mean, look, I have a lot of history behind me, so I have to be careful how much and what direction we should go into. So you tell me what you'd love for me to share, because I have a
So
lot to share.
yeah, and whatever you feel open to share, it's fine with me. So with the women's network, how did that get started? What caused you to start that?
Well, I grew up with five sisters, and today we're all so tight. I mean, our relationship as women and you grow with sisters, there can be times where there's friction
Mm-hmm.
and a lot going on within the family network.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been blessed to have five amazing sisters that I love them to death.
Oh,
I
awesome.
love them to death, and I'm proud of what they're doing. Plus, I was the oldest, so I had to keep them all in
Oh,
charge and in check. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you, I worked in the telecommunication industry.
mm-hmm.
You might be familiar with the company MCI Telecommunications.
Okay.
Okay, it's a company that I just knew it was going to be a place that I was going to retire.
Mm.
The company was sold to another gentleman, and in return, um, the company was collapsing. It was growing at the same time, but collapsing. And what we found out was the president was, I call it, and a lot of folks say, cooking the books.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. In other words, and let me give you a good example. They would say, or he would say, well, the company stock is worth $100,
Mm-hmm.
but in actuality, it was only worth $20.
Mm.
So it hit the street, it hit the market, and business went down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they realized that they had to release the employees. And at the time, they notified me that I would be part of 18,000 employees that was going to have to be released. I
Mm,
was fine because I had been with the company for 23 years and I
mm,
was ready anyway.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I was waiting for this change to happen, and I went over to a bookstore across the street from my job.
Mm-hmm.
And on the shelf there was a book entitled "A Setback is a Setup for a Comeback."
Mm, like
Uh,
it.
Not knowing that the gentleman who wrote the book was from D.C., Washington D.C.,
Mm-hmm.
and so I found out that he was putting on a workshop. And I said, well, I'm in between jobs. This is perfect for me. So
Mm-hmm.
I attended the workshop. And when I went into the workshop, there was a woman that I knew when I was at Morgan State. She didn't know me, but I knew her. And the
Okay.
reason why I say that was because she was always sharp. She was always dressed.
Mm-hmm.
And I just said, she doesn't know me, but I remember her because she stood out among all the students on campus.
Mm-hmm.
So that moment brought us together.
Mm-hmm.
We connected, and today I can say 20 years later, we're still connected.
That's awesome.
But let me tell you what came out of that experience. Um, the gentleman who wrote the book,
Mm-hmm.
name is Dr. Willie Jolly,
Okay.
and he was telling us that he was going to be speaking at this very powerful networking conference. So
Mm-hmm.
when you talk about networking, you first thing you think about is technology,
Mm-hmm.
network. But this is human network. This is human connection. And
Yeah.
so he said, y'all guys need to attend this conference. It's going to be powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was in between jobs and I had plenty of time on my hands. I said, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
So Sharon, with her name Sharon Bullock, said she was ready. She was had already planned to go. I
Mm-hmm.
grabbed my cousin, who's a nurse, and she had a friend who wanted to do a makeup line. So
Mm-hmm.
there was the four of us.
Okay.
We showed up at the BWI airport in here in Maryland, Baltimore area. And so as we're waiting for the flight, the conference was actually in Cleveland, Ohio at the time. Now,
Okay.
let me take you back. This is back in 2002.
Mm.
So we're standing in the airport, and I said to these guys, I said, look, we're going to this powerful conference. We need to be somebody. And they laughed at me.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I laughed too. So we stood there and came up with our mission statement and vision of what we wanted to do as as a group of women that vision wanted to start their own business.
Mm-hmm.
And so we came up and I said to them, I said, look, we're sisters. We're not biological sisters, but we're sisters.
Mm-hmm.
I said, here it's four of us. And then the key word was
Mm-hmm.
network conference.
Yeah.
So we came up with Sisters for Sisters Network.
I
And
like.
so the four stood for being there for another sister.
Mm-hmm.
Honey got to Cleveland to the conference, and the first thing they wanted to know, who were we? And the reason why is my cousin is tall in stature.
Uh-huh.
So when you look at her and you look at all four of us, it's like, okay, who are they? So we get to the conference, and I'm telling you, we got so much love and so much inspiration that I said, hey guys, we got it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we came back from the conference, and let me just give you a snapshot of what that conference looked like.
Okay.
I tell people if you really want to know how Black folks come together,
Mm-hmm.
it was one.
Mm-hmm.
It was like walking up to the pearly gates and opening
Mm-hmm.
up the gates,
Wow.
and you see all these Black people.
Mm-hmm.
I call it a sea of Black folks
Mm-hmm.
sitting at these white tables. So the white tables kind of stuck out among, but these Black folks were in the room.
Yeah.
It had to be at least about 8,000 Black folks.
Ooh.
I mean, it blew my mind.
Wow.
So, have you ever gone to a conference and said, I'll be back, and you go back? I've been to this conference for 20 years.
Mm.
I've gone every year.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that was because, I went to the conference and I said, oh, your experience and you see people and you meet people and you learn something new. and you walk away. But I could say to anybody that I would have gone to a conference every year,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I did. And the
Mm-hmm.
beautiful thing about this conference was you were inspired, you were motivated, you were encouraged, you were just energized. It's like
Mm-hmm.
when I couldn't wait to get back home,
Yeah.
just to get back together, to connect, to move forward on our vision.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's where it all started. And actually, we're celebrating 20 years as we speak.
Oh, awesome. Congratulations. Wow.
Yes, yes, yes. So the conference, if anybody knows Dr. George C. Frazier,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
that's the conference. That's the conference where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about legacy. It's it's like a family reunion when we get together each year. You meet new people, you connect with old people that you've met over the years. It's a beautiful thing, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what draws me every year.
Yeah.
We say as a collective group, it's where we go for therapy.
Mm.
Okay, so if you ever want to get away and just want to connect with some fresh people, some new people, that's the conference, and I share that from the bottom of my heart because I experienced so much from that conference. I can't even begin to tell you.
Wow. Awesome. 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 So
So,
that, go ahead.
so you can tell me, okay, so what happened from that experience? I'll tell you what happened.
Mm-hmm.
We came back. I went to um, Baltimore and to register our name. You got to make sure that's taken in place before you get out there and put it out there to the world. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Baltimore, registered a name, came back, and I said, let me get on the internet and see what other women organization is in the Maryland, we call it DMV area, okay? Baltimore, DC, Prince George's County area.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I got on, guess what? There was a Sisters for the number four, Sisters Incorporated.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm.
And the difference in the two is we're Sisters for Sisters Network. That was the key. That's what separate us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so I'm like, oh my God, oh, we got to connect with these ladies because, you know, we need to connect with them. We need to know what they're doing. How can we collaborate?
Yeah.
How can we support them? And we reached out to them for 6 months and never got a response back.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, let me try. So I dialed the number and she answered the phone. The person who operate and owns that organization answered the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And she said to me, she said, Peggy, she said, I apologize. She said, I just had a baby and I had put the project on the back burner.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, no problem. I said, I saw your name. We saw that you were existent. We saw that you were in Prince George's County. And it was only fair for us to get together to connect.
Mm-hmm.
Well, did you know I found out more than I bargained for when I had that conversation with her?
Oh, wow.
I found out, she said to me, she says, do you live in Glen Estates? And I said, yeah. She says, do you have a husband by the name of Bill? And I said, yeah. And I said, where are we going with this, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, I found out she lived and still does live in Glen Estates. I
Mm.
found out her husband's name is Bill.
Mm-hmm.
I found out that because I worked for MCI Telecommunications, she worked for Bell Atlantic.
Mm.
So I said, this is nobody but God.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But, it's a beautiful thing. She has a wonderful organization that she does amazing work in her community. And I have an organization that does some amazing work as well.
Uh-huh.
And so we support, and her focus is on girls and women
Uh-huh.
and and put emphasis on entrepreneurship and also domestic violence.
Mm. Uh-huh.
Okay. My platform was set up where we would have networking events to allow women to come in to tell their story,
Yeah.
to showcase their business,
Mm-hmm.
showcase their talent. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what we did. We did that for a good 10 years. And then it was about, I guess, 2011, the conversation began to change
Mm-hmm.
within our network when we would get together. And we found out that women were talking about domestic violence.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were talking about health and wellness
Mm-hmm.
because women were dying and among us,
Mm-hmm.
okay, Black women.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we were talking about education and mentoring. What do we do and how can we help with our young kids?
Yeah.
Because these are the ones that are going to, we're leaving and we're passing the baton to them.
That's
So we
right.
got to make sure that they're in order, in good shape to do it.
That's right.
Okay. And then we talked and also kept focus on entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
So what we decided was it was time for a change, and we decided to focus on those four. Again, using the number four in our name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And up until today, we are actually advocates for those four focus areas. So when we do come together, we have a committee. Each is four of us, four officers. Each one of us have our own focus area. In
Mm-hmm.
my case, my focus area is domestic violence.
Okay.
And we have a committee within the organization where we get together and we talk about that issue because it is not going away. It's prevalent in our community.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we do on a monthly basis. And for the past 2 years, we've been behind closed doors because we could not meet face to face because of the pandemic.
All right. Mm-hmm.
So thank God for these opportunities that we can do StreamYard or we can do Zoom or whatever to keep us connected. So whoever came up with that idea, I applaud them.
That's right. That's
So that's what my life has been. I retired from Prince George's County government in 2015. So I'm celebrating 7 years of retirement.
awesome.
And life has been amazing. It's
Wow.
like, since I walked away from my job, it allowed me to pour more into my organization.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm actually putting about 150% of my time into
Mhm.
the organization now that I'm retired. But I wouldn't change it for the world.
That's right.
I would not change it for the world.
Awesome. And so you also have a show as well?
Yeah, yeah. And let me tell you how good God is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I tell people you have to have your own personal conversation with him.
That's right. That's right.
If you want to accomplish something, if you want to receive something, you must spend some time with him.
Mm-hmm.
Really. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize how prevalent that was until I began to put it out in the universe of things that I wanted to happen. But I
Mm-hmm.
went to him first
Yes, for sure.
for guidance and getting his feedback. And so I said to him, I said, look, I said, we're moving in a new direction. Uh, it's time for a change because you can do things for so long with
Yeah.
there must be a change.
Mm-hmm.
This
Mm-hmm.
was the perfect time. And so when I did that, I went to him, I said, look, what else can we do? And I'm like saying, he says, well, look, you have the number four. Everything that you do from now on will be enforced.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we were already doing a broadcast in the studio
Mm-hmm.
of connecting the community to our organization.
Right.
So when the pandemic hit, we had to come out of the studio, and so we connected through StreamYard into Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So we established a platform that is called Four Sisters Live. And we took the four focus areas that we focus within the network
Mm-hmm.
and brought it over into that platform. And to give you an idea, on the first Saturday of the month, we
Mm-hmm.
talk about domestic violence. We got to continue that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the second Saturday, we talk about health and wellness.
Mm-hmm.
On the third Saturday, we talk about education and mentoring.
Mm-hmm.
On the fourth Saturday, we talk about entrepreneurship. And when there is a fifth Saturday, we bring in the young people so
Okay,
they can have a platform to share
that's right.
and tell their story.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been blessed with that platform that what we do is we do the same thing you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
We must bring the community in
That's right.
to share what we're doing, to empower their, to educate them.
That's
If
right.
we don't do it, who else is going to do it?
That's right.
So this, all that we're doing, and Deloris, all that you're doing, is nothing but a gift from God, a blessing
That's right.
that we're able to share what we know with the community, people in our community.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Awesome. I love that. I love that. That's definitely inspirational. With anything that God gives you is like, he'll give you pieces of it and then you put it together and you continue to grow it. I know I've been doing Divine Connections for this is my 13th anniversary coming up. And I'm excited about it. I love meeting new people. I love hearing their stories. I love hearing their creativity. And my thing is, it's not about people that you always know and you always hear. There's some other individuals out there that's doing some great things.
Oh my God, yes.
And that's why I use the platforms as the magazine, the events, and then the podcast. And now I'm getting ready to work on the app because there's so many great things out there and so many connections of great people to doing great things. And with the news, you always hear negative things. So I use my
Yeah,
platform as it's so much positive things out there. Stop focusing on what's negative. Life is what it is, the process is what it is, but there's so many positive things.
yes,
You don't take control over that. You allow that negative, information and negative things that's going on to overtake you. But it's like God has so many great things out there as well.
yeah, yeah.
So,
And that's why I have to applaud you because you have been able to tap into all of the resources and tools out there
mhm,
that can put it together and then distribute it out to the community.
mhm,
You'd be surprised the stuff that I did not know unless I picked up a magazine or
mhm,
if I tune into a show.
mhm.
I'm talking about good stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
good stuff.
Absolutely. Like health and wellness is one of the major things, like you said, but it's like, okay, well, how do we prevent diabetes? How do we, what's some good exercises? We might be at home, but what's some good exercises we can do just right at the house,
Yes,
things
yes.
like that. We can plant our own gardens and get some fresh fruits and vegetables versus all the high price things in the store right now. There's so
I'm
many
telling you.
options. Yeah.
And sometimes you don't think about it until you hear it. And
Mm-hmm.
then you said, oh my God, I could have done this or I could have
Yep.
did this. And it's a trigger.
Yeah.
I love it because it happens to me a lot of times. I'm so busy and then I'll hear something maybe on a broadcast and I'm like saying, you know what, I meant to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And it forces you to do it.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I started going live on just little cooking things, and I got more people tuned into that, even with that, but versus my interviews. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm just, going live on something I'm doing, but I try to eat a little something healthy or fix something creative, and I'm like, I get more people on that sometimes than the interviews, but it's all good either way. It all works together, so it's just kind of like, okay, well, let's just do it. We have technology, we have connections. Let's just make it happen.
But Dolores, look, this is what I always say. I could not even imagine Harriet Tubman
Mm,
or let's bring it even closer, Dorothy Heights.
mm-hmm,
These
mm-hmm.
were women that they had a network.
Yeah,
We didn't see it as a network, but
that's
they
right.
had a network.
That's right.
Okay. And I question, how did they do the things they did without technology?
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? How
yeah,
did they communicate to tell the brother over there or the sister over there, you need to meet up here at a certain time to be able to get out of
that,
Dodge. You
yeah,
understand what I'm talking about? I look at Dorothy Heights. How back in the time when she was doing what she was doing in the 19 I guess 30s, 40s, and 50s, how did they communicate? They
yeah,
didn't have typewriters back then,
hmm,
okay, but they did. They made it work, and
yeah,
it worked for the betterment of our people.
yeah. And I love technology, but also technology is good. But when it break down, it's like you still need old school. Yeah, still need pen and
You gotta
paper.
have a backup.
You better have a backup. Because the phone might go out, the internet might act a fool. And
And don't talk about phone. It's like I do not remember. I used to remember phone numbers like
I did too.
nothing to it. I can't even remember my mother's phone number.
Understandable. So I still love old school and ABC and 1, 2, 3 and pen and
Yes.
paper, you know. So all of it's still good. All of it's still good. Well, I'm so excited that I'm able to have you on today. Tell people how they can connect with you in your organization.
And let me tell you something before we close out, and I want to thank you for the opportunity.
Sure.
We're As we're turning the corner of our 20 years, we
Mhm.
decided that we're going to start building affiliates or chapters around the country
Mhm.
that is going to pull all of us together so that you can now do business with somebody that is in Florida
Oh yeah.
or Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to be within your community.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right. That's right.
So, and then we can all meet up annually at the
Mhm.
Power Networking Conference where it's going to blow your mind,
Mhm.
okay? And it's going to energize you and have you come back and want to do more and more and more. And so, our mission is I've already got women from California that wants to talk about affiliates,
Yeah.
North Carolina. I
Mhm.
got a sister in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
So they're waiting for me to set up a meeting so that we can start this conversation so I put it out to the community. If anybody is looking for a way of connecting, exposing your business,
Mhm.
um, exposing your organization, because we're all sitting on resources.
That's right.
And there's a lot of us are sitting on resources that not sharing it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay.
Right.
And it could help ease some of the tension that we have in our community if we will all get together to support.
Mhm.
So I say to anybody, if they're interested, they can reach out to me. My phone number is 240
Mhm.
678 0117. My email address is PEG, at sisters with an S, the number 4, sistersnetwork.org.
Mhm. Awesome. Awesome. And do us a favor and leave us with a word of encouragement.
My word of encouragement is we're sitting on stuff. It's time for us to get up and move.
Mhm.
It's time for us to impact the community. And how do you do that? You got to get connected.
That's right.
We got to get connected. And I want to say to you, Deloris, thank you for your persistence.
Yes, ma'am. You're very welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, it's been my pleasure to connect with another sister that's making divine connections always and building the community and impacting the community as well. So, blessings to you, your family, and your organization. And let's just keep pushing forward and making it happen.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Love you. Love you. All
Love
right.
you back.
You're welcome. Hold tight. You guys, this is my guest, Miss Peggy Morris, Sisters for Sisters Network. Okay. Make sure you stay connected. And I am Deloris Williams with Divine Connections. Make sure you stay connected to the number one divine connector, which is Jesus Christ. Hold tight. We're going to take it over to our sponsors. Miss Peggy, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey, we've got exciting news from Divine Connections Marketing Services. Now you can create your own custom video commercial for your business or organization. It's time for you to win. Your product or service is someone's solution, so get the attention of your potential customers now. Choose from a 30 or 60-second commercial today. Just email us at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com and we can get started. Connect today and let's get started making your custom video commercial now. Divine Connections Magazine. Get major exposure for your business. Is someone looking for your service? Do you need networking? Are you a gospel artist or a ministry? Do you have a major event that you want to promote? Divine Connections Magazine has the solution for you. We can distribute to residents, businesses, churches, and online. Don't miss this opportunity to expand your marketing locally and around the world. Find out more about us at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Get your spot in the next issue of Divine Connections Magazine by emailing us for details at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Make sure to like us on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. Follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections.
Let's get it started now.